YouTube, it's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter, Bob Arum, he states that his fighter, undefeated, two-time heavyweight world champion, British superstar boxer, who currently is the WBC heavyweight world champion, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, and the fight that was being talked about with him and his fellow countrymen, two-time unified heavyweight world champion, British superstar boxer Anthony Joshua, is over. He says that is in the water. It's not going to happen. He says the fight has come to a conclusion where the possibilities of it happening and taking place in July and August have now come to a head, and it's not happening. They are now focused on former Olympic bronze medalist, former WBC heavyweight world champion, American superstar boxer, rival of Tyson Fury, that they were contractually obligated to give him the trilogy match in, with Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Bob Arum, he says that the site fees are not available. Bob Arum, he states that, Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, he has went silent. There's no more movement. There's no confirmations. There's nothing to deal with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. They will have to revisit that fight should Tyson Fury defeat Deontay Wilder. We know Bob Arum, he has now secured venues in Las Vegas for dates. Originally, it was reported that he secured a July 26th date for Tyson Fury to make a ring return in Las Vegas, okay? Now, Bob Arum, he said that the fight is dead, okay, between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. It's not going to come to fruition. It's not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen July or August. He says, and Tyson Fury cannot just stay idle, okay? He has to stay active. So they're turning their attention fully to Deontay Wilder, staging a trilogy match. And then should Tyson Fury get past Deontay Wilder, then they'll revisit the possibility of fighting Anthony Joshua. So this means that Anthony Joshua now is going to go into a fight now with his WBO mandatory challenger and undefeated former cruiserweight undisputed world champion turned heavyweight title contender, Oleksandr Usyk. Thus the reason why you did not see an announcement for Oleksandr Usyk versus Joe Joyce. That fight was being talked about as a possibility. They both were idle. Frank Warren is Joe Joyce's promoter. Frank Warren is the legendary promoter, Queensberry Promotions CEO and promoter, and the co-promoter of Tyson Fury. He promotes Joe Joyce, and he stated that, they was keeping everything on ice to see how everything played out with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua's situation, because Anthony Joshua is owed to give Oleksandr Usyk, who's WBO mandatory challenger, the fight that he's owed, okay? So Oleksandr Usyk, if Anthony Joshua is not going to fight Tyson Fury, then Oleksandr Usyk, he wants his opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua. And, that means Joe Joyce is going to have to find another opponent. That's why nothing was signed, sealed, and confirmed. And so now we're going to get Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder in a trilogy match. As Bob Arum, he stated that they flew out yesterday to handle the arbitration, and the arbitration turned into starting to begin negotiations for the trilogy match. Now, I don't know, again, if the arbitration ruling saw that Tyson Fury had to give Deontay Wilder the trilogy match, and they're just taking an opportunity. They didn't confirm anything with Anthony Joshua, and now they're just going to go ahead and settle the trilogy match. Hopefully they feel like, and they hope that he gets past Deontay Wilder, and then they'll revisit Anthony Joshua fight. So Bob Arum, he states that it's the same sort of scenario that took place with his other fighter, undefeated 3-division world champion, who is the WBO welterweight world champion and widely considered by many to be the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terrence Bud Crawford, as he was looking to secure iconic showdown with legendary 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. But Bob Arum, he stated that due to the fact that there's no money overseas, he simply said that, there's no money in the Saudi Arabia groups. Everybody wants a return on their investment. Everybody wants to see if things open up later on down the line, later on in the year, to have fans in attendance, 100% capacity. So no investment group, even out of overseas, outside of the United States and outside of the UK, they're not willing to take a loss, okay? They want to see a return for their investment for these big, huge fights that they're looking to stage. And Bob Arum is stating that everybody wants to push these fights back to later dates in hopes of having fans attend 100% capacity. Now, with that said, we know Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury is a big, meaningful fight, okay? We know they broke the gate for heavyweights, live gates in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. So with that stated, now we know the state of Texas, okay? That's opened up. Now we know AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, Dallas Cowboys Stadium, that is availability, because they have 100% capacity back in the arena, so they could host a fight there. Deontay Wilder, he was ringside when Errol Spence fought there against Mikey Garcia. He stated he wanted to fight there. Obviously, Tyson Fury, he's a showman, so Tyson Fury is not going to mind a huge crowd. He understands, what's at stake. He understands what he stands to gain. Also, we have Florida is open, okay? But Florida would not have a venue that will host and support a mega fight like this, like Texas would, okay? So to see it at Dallas Cowboys Stadium that have 100,000 fans in attendance, or for a boxing match at the very least, they could have 50,000 fans in attendance. The MGM Grand only holds 16,000. So if you packed in 50,000 fans in Arlington, Texas at Cowboy Stadium for this trilogy match. Now, mind you, they already had the first fight in LA. Now they had the second fight in Las Vegas, okay? So now you had the third fight with the largest TV screen in the United States. You have that fight there in Texas, okay? You done took this act, on tour, okay? It would be huge. It would do huge numbers. It would break gates. It would do huge pay-per-view sales. It would be enormous. The storyline behind the trilogy match is just going to be enormous. The attention that everybody's going to garner, that these two guys are going to garner. Everybody want to see how Deontay Wilder bounced back. The question is going to be raised about his former trainer, Mark Breland. The question is going to be raised about the glove situation with Tyson Fury. It's enormous. The attention that it's going to garner is huge. They made $30 million a piece for their last fight. I believe they'll stand to make about the same, if not more, going into this fight. So Bob Arum, we know he secured a venue in Vegas, but don't be surprised to see this fight turn their attention to Dallas, Texas, okay? Arlington, Texas, okay? Dallas Cowboy Stadium. So with that said, don't be surprised to see Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua relocate that fight to the United States as well, because the UK is still not open full capacity. So Anthony Joshua, according to reports, is in the United States, going back and forth and training in Miami, Florida. Miami is a place where we see Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn staging a lot of his fights for DAZN, and he just did a big deal with DAZN, and you could see DAZN, Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk taking place in Miami with fans in attendance, because you cannot have a maxed out arena in the United Kingdom or anywhere else. So you imagine they could take Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk fight to Florida. We'll have a packed out arena. It makes sense, okay? So Bob Arum, he says the fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, that is dead. It's over with. It's not going to happen. So he states that they're now turning their attention to the Deontay Wilder trilogy. And he gave a reason is that, these investment groups are looking for a return on their investment. Not to mention, he says that Eddie Hearn has been giving them the runaround when it comes to this situation between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. And he cites that it's just no money there for this level of a fight. Not to mention, he's owed, Deontay Wilder a trilogy match. So that's where they're turning their attention to, okay? As I stated, it's going to make it enormous, okay? And here's a situation where you have, you could build up the winner of Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. They'd be in attendance. Anthony Joshua could be in attendance, right? Because there's nowhere to go for these guys but each other at this point in time, okay? So now we have this Saturday coming up. We're going to have the return of Andy Ruiz Jr. He'll be in the ring this Saturday. So, it brings the heavyweight division back to its glory, and this is a huge fight. Now, there is no excuses when you got Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury trilogy, all will be settled at once, and I can't wait because it's going to be absolutely enormous, okay? I highly expect Anthony Joshua to beat Alexander Usyk. I don't think Alexander Usyk stands a chance to beat Anthony Joshua, so I believe that Anthony Joshua will be, looking to get an undisputed match after the Alexander Usyk match. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hey, this is Ebony Bridges, Blonde Bomber, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.